Hi everyone, my name is Abel Greek Antoma. I'm from GREYTEST CAD Design Concept. This is actually my WhatsApp contact. You can reach me on this number, you can call me, okay? These are the list of softwares which we have covered on our YouTube channel. All of these softwares are very much available on that channel. Go down below the description of this video, you'll find a link to that channel. Visit the channel and actually keep yourself busy, okay? Down below the description, you can follow me on any of those social media platforms listed. Okay, we have covered architectural working drawings, structural designs and detailings, mechanical and electrical service drawings, and then water designs and road designs, all available on this YouTube channel. We now teach all of these softwares on our Telegram platform, where we'll give you the software, we'll guide you on how to install it and crack it on your system for 40 days. Okay, just for a token, you can DM me for more information about our trainings. Today I'm going to be taking you further on the software STAADPRO. Today we are going to be doing a steel design. You're going to see how we're going to do a simple frame design of a steel, and then we go down to the analysis and the design. Then you see how we are going to actually send that to for printing. Okay, you're going to see all of that in this episode 9 of STAADPRO training. Let's jump right into it. This is the software. I'll click on new project. I'll check on this space and I'll name this steel design. Okay. Okay, so I'll need it as meters, kilonewtons. Okay, I've explained this, your location, where to save this, all of this in our previous episode of this training. Okay, finish. Okay, here I'm going to be using the snap node / beam. I'm going to be using this grid to achieve my nodes. Okay, we have actually used different methods to achieve our models on STAADPRO. We have used translational repeat, structural wizard. We have used the normal nodes. Okay, right now we are going to be using this grid. Okay, so if I click on this edit, let's come back to our diagram. This is actually what we are going to be designing at the height of this. Here is actually 2.5. From here to here it's your 5 meters, then distance between the two columns are 12 meters. So at x-axis we have a number of grids which are 12. Okay, you can see this distance between each of these grids are actually 1 meter. This is actually not a constant. You can actually change these values here. You can change all of that here to suit whatever you want to achieve in your design. Okay, so since it's actually in 1 meter, if I take this down here to 5 meters, okay, now you can see that while zooming in, this has actually gone off from its position. So in that case, I can actually just click on snap node beam. Okay, sorry, I have to click on OK to close that. Okay, I pick this, and I pick this. Okay, so if I click on close, it will actually go off. You can see this is y-axis, this is actually your x-axis, so I hope you understand that. Good. Now I click on this and I right click and I click on insert nodes, and I'm going to click on add midpoint. Okay, and then I click on OK. Now I'll go to my nodes cursor in order for me to pick this node. If I don't use that node cursor, it will not pick it, so I'll take it to 2.5 meters. Okay, plus. Okay, if I want to take it down, I'll make it negative. I hope you understand all of that. I have explained all of that in the previous episode of this training. Okay, good. So after done this, we have gotten our model. The next thing I'll do is to come to my general, and I'll go to my section database. You can see we have American steel, Australian, Brazilian. So you have to actually choose the one based on your code of practice. So I'm using the British UB, that's universal beam shape. So this is what I'm using for under my British. So I'll just pick a section here. So I'm going to pick this section, and I'm going to add for the sake of this training, I'm only going to be using just this section for the whole model. So I'll be using it for my rafter and my column as well, but after the design, the software will actually provide a new section for us. Okay, if you stay true to the end of this training, you'll be able to see that. Okay, so if I click on assign to view, it's going to assign to all of this structure. Okay, so I'm going to assign, and I click yes. Okay, so you can see it has been assigned. So the next thing I'll do is to go to my support, and I'll come to support, and I'm going to click on create. I've explained all of these in the previous episode, so I'm going to be using the fixed support for this. So I'll switch this to my Z, and then I'll highlight on my notes here, and then I'm going to assign to selected notes. If I assign to view, it's going to assign to all of the nodes that are actually on this, so which is actually not what I want. I'm going to assign to the selected nodes. So these are the two that are selected. I'll assign, and I'll click on yes. Okay, so you can see my support has been added to this. So I'll go to my loads and definition. Okay, I'll come under my load cases, and I'm going to add my dead load. I'll give it a name, dead load. Okay, and I'll click on add, and I'm going to add live load, and I'll give it a name, live load. Okay, so I'll click on add, and I'm going to close. So on my dead load, I'm actually going to yes, and I'll click on add. So I'm going to add the self weight of this beam. I have explained this in my previous tutorial as well. And I'm going to add the member load. So I'm going to add let's say we have a uniform force of acting on that rafter of let's say 1.9 for example, and then it's at global Y. Okay, global Y. So it is negative because it's actually acting downward. That is why it is negative. If it is going upward, it's positive. I hope you understand that. If you make an error here, you will not get it right. So I'll click on add. So after getting this, I'll close this. I'll come to my live load. There are so many other loadings you can add, like the wind loads. You can add your wind loads. You can add the floor loads and all that. So we may not go into that for now, but I have explained some of that in the previous episode of this training. So I'm going to member load, and then I'll make this minus 1.5 at global Y. Okay, so I'll add, and I'll close. So my self weight is actually the self weight of the whole building. So I'm going to assign to view. I'll assign to the whole structure. Okay, so it has been assigned. So the use uniform, this I'll add this to my rafters. So I'll assign to selected beam. Okay, not to view this time. Okay, I click on yes. Now to see the loadings, all I need to do is to go to my symbols here, and I'll come to load value. Once I apply, click on OK. But I want to see the beam numbers as well. So STAADPRO actually sees both your beams and columns as beams. Okay, I have explained all of that too in the previous episode of this training. So this already has been highlighted. So if I assign to selected beam, I assign, and I click on yes. So you can see that has been assigned. Now if we really want to see this section more realistic, I can just switch this to my isometric view, which is like the 3D view. if I come down to if I come to structure diagram and I view this full section and I apply and I click on OK, now you can see what we have here. I believe this is actually more realistic to us. Okay, good. So you can as well rotate. Maybe this steel member is actually not in the right position. You can see how it is right now. You can as well rotate this to the way you actually want it to kind of look like. Okay, so if I actually come down to my beta angle and then I create a beta angle and I make it at for example 90 degree. Okay, I'm going to create 90 degree here, and then if I choose these and I choose this and then I assign, sorry, I have to click on that angle and I assign and I click on assign and I click on yes. If I go back to my section structure diagram full section and I apply and I click on OK, you will notice it has actually rotated. Okay, so you can see I can actually rotate it back to its original position. I can rotate. You can see this is the steel. All I need to do is to create another angle and I leave it at 0 degree and I assign. Okay, if you are once it's at 0, take it to 0. So if I click on this and I click on this and I click on assign to selected, you can see it has actually rotated back to its original position. Okay, okay, so after getting my section, I've gotten my support, I've gotten my load, have applied my loadings to this. I'll just go through my analysis and print. Okay, so I'm going to just add only you can see I'm under my perform analysis. Okay, so I'm just going to add that analysis to this. Okay, you will discover that it's actually going to be added to this as well. So I can load data, static check, static load, modes, shapes, boards and all. Okay, but I don't want any of these, so no print, but it's going to add my analysis to that. So you can see it's going to perform analysis. Okay, so I'm going to close this. Okay, so the next thing here I'll do after all of this, okay, I'll go to my analysis and I'm going to run my analysis on this. Okay, now you can see errors are 0, warnings are 0, and notes are 0. Sorry, before then I actually forgot something which is actually very, very important on my steel design. I'll come back now to my model and I'll go to my general and I'll come to my load and definitions. I'll go to my load cases. Okay, I'm going to add these load cases. I'm going to add auto load combination. So this is actually what I forgot. It's actually very, very important. I'll switch this to British because we are actually using British standard. So BS 5950 is for steel, BS 8110 is for concrete, so I'm using that of steel. Once I generate this, you can see these values here. This is actually for reinforced concrete, this is actually for foundation, and then this last one is actually for steel. so I don't need for reinforced concrete. I'll take that out. I don't need foundation, so I'm actually going to be using that of steel. So I'm going to add that, and I'll click on yes, and I'll close this. Okay, so after my loading, I'll come back here, and then okay, my analysis already has been added to that. So let me just run that analysis again. Okay, so I have a warning now. Okay, okay, so I'm going to delete one of these analysis. Okay, I've deleted one of it. Okay, now you can see I no longer have any warning. Okay, so that was a mistake. Okay, so I'll go through my post-processing mode, and then you can see on my post-processing mode, you can see the available, you can see the selected. So all that is selected is the dead load, the live load, and the generated British code for my steel design. Okay, but mind you, I can take out any of these that I don't want to include in my design. Okay, so this is actually just going to design this without my dead load, without my live load. It's telling you that all of these are available there, but they are actually not going to be used. So but I want all of these to be used, so I will take it back into this. Good, and then I'll come to my view, result view options. I want to view my shear, my bending. So once I click on apply and I click on OK, now you can see our bending and shear here. I can actually check for this. You can see all of this. I can as well take a photograph of this. Once I click on take picture and I click on OK, this is actually going to be included in my design report. Okay, so if I go down to my reaction here, okay, you can see my reaction here downward here. Okay, so okay, good. The next thing I'm going to do here is to actually go into my steel design proper. Okay, so to do that, I'll just go to my steel design. So on my steel design, the first thing I'll do here, I'll go to my new envelope. So I'll click on new envelope, and then you can see the generated British code 5950 is here. So if I had not done that, doing that auto generate auto load combination, I wouldn't have been able to see this option here. So that is actually very important. So I will now go down to my member design. Okay, so I'll go to member design. Okay, so this member design is actually giving each of this structural member a name. Okay, so it's just like giving each of this member a name, but I can use the form member is going to form each that separately, each of it, but I'm going to use the auto form member, so it will generate it automatically. You can see I have member 1 2 3 4. So the 1 and 3 are actually my columns, the 2 and the 4 are actually my rafter. Okay, so the next thing, I'm going to be designing this in form of a group. Okay, so I'll go to my briefs and groups. Okay, so I'll create a new brief. So you can see here the design code I'm using is 5950 2000. Okay, so the grade of steel, we have different grades here. You can see you can choose one of these. So I'm going to leave it at 275, which is economical, for economical purpose. So I'll go down. I'm going to leave this design steel. Okay, this my leg length. It's actually from the steel design manual. it is 0.75 times this length from here to here. Okay, so I'm going to click on OK so as to take the measurement of this. So I'll go back to my modeling. Sorry, I just missed that out, but we'll come back to this right now. So I just want to check the distance from here to here. Okay, to here. But mind you, this job reference, you can actually give your job reference proposed design or warehouse design, for example. Okay, at number 14 Kamuru close. Okay, west. Okay, whatever, you can just give it the name of the site, Kaduna State or whatever. Okay, so the client's name, Mr. James. Okay, job number 001. Okay, reference parts, reference line, engineer's name, engineer who, Abu, or checker by let's see, Matthew. Okay, approved by let's say titles. Okay, then all of that, the comment and all of that, the dates and all, you can input the date that was checked, the date it was approved, and all of that here too as well. Okay, so we'll have to go back to my member design. Okay, so I'll go back to my steel design, and then I'll go down to let's check my envelope here. I'll click on this. Sorry, I'm taking you back to this, but I had to do that, okay, in order to know the measurement from here to here. Okay, so after checking this, the next thing I'll do here now is to go back to, I'll come to my member design, and then my auto form member. Okay, and I click on yes, and then I'll click on briefs/groups, and I click on new briefs. Okay, so I'll switch these to BS5950. I've explained this. So this is actually from your design manual, is 0.7 times the length of that beam. So 0.7, if I point to my 0.75, so it's actually 0.75 multiplied by the value, which is 6.5. So it's actually going to give me 4.875. okay, 4.875. okay, good. So now my leg, I'm going to leave this. My maximum allowable depth, I'm going to make it 0.303. now you can actually decide to specify the maximum depth that you want this software to actually design for you. Okay, using that is actually going to be, it will not exceed that particular depth. Okay, so I'm specifying this as my maximum depth. Okay, so if I go down to my main here, I can actually make it no slenderness check, but I'm going to check design for slenderness for the main structure member. Okay, you can do for secondary members, you can do for bracing members, but I'm going to do for the main structural member. Okay, so for my ratio, come to my DFF. This my DFF has a formula of 1/360, 1 over 360, so it's 1 divided by, I come to 1 divided by 360, sorry, 1 divided by 360. Okay, what do I have? Good. Now multiply by 6.5. okay, that's the length of from here to here. Okay, 6.5. so I have 0.180. okay, 0. Let's say 0.0181. 0. Sorry, here 0.81. no 0.081. how is it? 0.0. sorry, I forgot. 1 divided by 360. okay, times 6.5. sorry, I take that again. 0.0. okay, there is 1 before that 8. okay, good. So I've gotten this. So okay, I'll go down to my beam, come here. I'm going to leave every other thing here as default. okay, I'm going to leave every other thing here as default. I'm trying to make this tutorial as brief as possible, so I clicked on that, and then I'll go down to click on new design group, because I have specified my brief. So my design group, I'm going to create 2 groups. So one for the, so it's going, my design is actually going to be in group, the rafters separately, the columns separately. okay, so they are going to be in groups. So I'll create a group. I'll name these rafters. So I'm going to add a rafter group. So I'm going to now add rafter groups. So the rafters are, this is 1, this is 3. You remember this is actually 2 and 4. okay, sorry, this dimension has taken that off, but I believe you can remember from okay, so I'm going to add that to my rafter. So I'm going to add a new group. Click on group. So I'm going to make these columns. So I'll make it columns. So this, my column is 1 and 4. okay, so 1 and 4 are my columns. okay, sorry, 1 and 3 rather, sorry about that. 1 and 3 are my columns. You can see it here, 1 and 3. okay, so I'll click on OK. So you can see that my design group has been created. So all I need to do now is to go to my member design. I'll go to perform. okay, if I come to my member, I'll check the code. okay, if you love what you're seeing, make sure that you actually give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to this channel, it's actually free. Click on the bell icon so as to get a notification whenever I post videos. I post videos like this on a weekly, sometimes on a daily, so as to encourage as many that wants to have a deeper insight of design. okay, I'm going to take that off. okay,